One moment, please, as it says on the screen.
You, 1 moment.
One moment. It's like, one moment, please. We will resume transmission in 1 second. Okay, here we are. So, anyway, we're going to resume right now. Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is Double RPG here, and welcome to my Mega Man X SNES-athon that we have going on here for Double RPG Reviews, or the Double RPG live streams. And I have two special guests joining me. We have the wonderful Quake Man.
Hi, everyone.
He joined the live stream last week when I was doing Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest, or Super Donkey Kong 2 on my Super NES, playing on the Super Famicom. He was actually one of the guys in the chat. And joining back is my good friend Alex, a.k.a. The Bad Gamer.
What's up, everyone? Well, I had to be in this one because we're playing Mega Man.
Yeah, we got a huge, heavy Mega Man fan here, as much as I am.
I've played them all. There's not a single Mega Man game you can't say I haven't played.
Mm-hmm. So we got a really good avid fan, kind of like myself, but yes, we're going to be going through the all three Mega Man X games on the Super Nintendo. That's why I called it the Mega Man X SNES-athon.
So, a question. Are you going to go for 100% on all of them?
Well, pretty much the good endings.
So, that means no Zero Saber.
No Zero Saber. I can pretty much beat Sigma in X3 in his Kaiser form with the Golden Chip X armor with charge shots. So, I mean, I've had practice. I mean, that's going to be my Thanksgiving review, or my review for next month, Mega Man X3.
No, it's just a question everyone has. Like, are you going for 100% or not?
Well, it's hard to determine what is going to be 100% in this game. Is it going to be going for like the Hadoken in this game? Then yeah, I'm going to go for it.
One, because I usually skip that when I play.
No, I'm going for Hadoken. And here we go. Here is the main title screen. When you see this title screen, you know that awesomeness is about to occur.
Oh yes.
Just with the music and all that. And Shane, you said that you were not that big of an avid fan of Mega Man.
Not. I know. I'm sorry. No, I didn't see. The thing was, I heard a lot about it when I grew up on the NES, but I just never felt a reason to really play it. And the first introduction to Mega Man was really the show and Battle Network.
Oh, Super Fighting Robot! Mega Man!
I did try to play Mega Man 1 and 2. I tried to play Mega Man 9. And I just don't think I'm good enough to really care.
Just not your cup of tea, basically.
No, because I was like, oh cool, Mega Man 9. I'm gonna play this. Okay, here we go. Here's the first stage. Okay, dead. Okay, continue. Dead. Continue. After 15 continues, I threw the Wiimote into my TV and I'm done. Actually, that didn't actually happen. There's no way I would do that, but
Well, just so you know, folks, I've talked to Shane before, Quake Man, and he grew up with the Nintendo 64,
I was more of the Nintendo 64 person. I did have an NES and SNES, and I did play, like the Star Fox and Final Fantasy 6 or 3. I did play a lot of all those games. But the N64 was considered my console, and that's where most of my growing up age came from, so... But I will admit, I technically did not grow up on Super Mario 64, Star Fox 64, and a couple of other ones. I did play Ocarina of Time. I know that. But
well, if you had an N64, you did play Ocarina of Time. That's kind of a given.
Pretty much. But I didn't have a chance to play anything else. And I know a lot of people are probably not a fan of this. I think both of you are not a huge fan of this. I grew up mostly in first-person shooters, so that was mostly what my N64 was consist of.
Well, I mean, Bad Gamer, there are some first-person shooters he likes. Say, for instance, Borderlands.
I'm already pre-ordered for the pre-sequel, and I'm going to play it on this Friday. So.
I wasn't sure, because when I listen to you guys talk on your stuff, it always seems like you guys care. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
My hated types is mostly the more realistic racing games and like 4X, like StarCraft games. Those are my big. I don't care about.
You mean RTS? Yeah. No, I understand. I grew up with StarCraft and Dune 2000 and Age of Empire 2, so I like that.
Yeah, if I ever play those type of strategy games, I prefer like turn-based, so like Advance Wars or Fire Emblem types. Those are my
definitely.
more types for me.
My RTS was The Wonderful 101, basically.
That was an RTS?
Yeah, that was an RTS. It was like
Really?
Pikmin.
Didn't seem like it when I watched it.
But more action-based, in a sense.
You could call it an action RTS?
Yeah.
But if you want to... But I can tell you my experience with the X. This was actually my very first Mega Man game. I grew up with this for years, actually. The thing is, I could never beat it. I came to the final boss after, like, years of trying, but I could never beat him. I could get up to that point with no issues, but also before I knew that I needed to grab all the container hearts and how to get them, because they were really hard when I was a kid. And so, in frustration, I traded it in after years of never being able to finish it, and I regretted that as I became older.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like that too when I first started playing Mega Man X. It's just I couldn't really beat it, but then after trying more and more so years later, then I got better at it, and then I was like, hey, this is actually pretty damn good.
I will admit to something. I liked how Mega Man X handled it than the original ones, because they're like, it throws you in, and it gives you a level, and it helps you try to learn the mechanics. Then it gets you to stage selection. I didn't like how... I know those are older, and I understand back at the time that's how they made them, but for some reason I just felt when I try to play those, it's intimidating, because it's like, which one do you start with? Because they're all hard until you beat one of them, and then the rest is easy.
Yeah, for X, it's always been like, there's this ultimate boss strategy, like, you pick bosses, but there's always going to be one that's easier than all the others. For instance, here, I always start in the same way. Go through the main stage, and then Chill Penguin.
Oh yeah. When you see me play this, you're gonna see me go for the armor pieces right away. So Chill Penguin is always gonna be number one to go to at first.
I have a strategy. I always go for it. Chill Penguin, Storm Eagle, then it's Flame Mammoth, then it's Spark Mandrill, Armor Armadillo, Alonso Octopus. Then I go straight to Boomer Quanger and then Sting Chameleon.
Well, I went to Sting Chameleon fourth and foremost after Flame Mammoth, because, like I said, I usually start off getting the armor pieces right away.
I usually go with boss weaknesses, except for the first two, because getting the Tornado is this version's of Metal Blade. It's the
tornado. The storm tornado or whatever.
This version of the Metal Blade from Mega Man 2.
Yeah, it is quite OP.
The moment I get that, I don't stop using it.
Oh yeah, that is true.
But from there, my interest in the series just grew, and I have played all of them. And of course, I have all my favorites from the different series, also in the X games, like in the classics. People would think it's 2, because it's either 2 or 3 for everyone, but nope. It's more recent. It's number 9. Number 9 is the best in the classics.
Oh, in the classics, okay.
Here,
I was about to say.
It's X5. So sadly, we won't be seeing my personal favorite one in the series.
Yeah, I mean, if we went to the PlayStation 1 trilogy, then it's going to be like separate live streams, because I would be playing through those games over and over again, even with the more powered up armors or whatever.
I'm just saying. So sadly, we won't be seeing my personal favorite in the X series.
Yeah. We'll get to that at some point.
Obviously will, and I'm going to be in here and talking to you guys again.
It's like, no you won't.
Screw you, man. I'm going to hack myself in.
You know, when I played this game, since I really got into Mega Man when I grew up, I was really surprised to see Dr. Light in this capsule, because I never thought that there would be a connection between, the old series and this series, because this actually takes place 100 years after X's creation, basically.
I was weirded out first time I saw it, mostly because already in a young age, because I was like 7 when I played this, I knew that X also stand for 10 in Roman numbers.
Roman numbers,
so
yeah.
I was like surprised why it's called Mega Man 10. It's like, wow, did they make like 9 others of them? Just I didn't know.
I was about to.
Yeah, because I didn't know so much about the classics in that way. I knew about it, but not how many there were.
Yeah, but that's not what it means in scientific terms for this game. It means like limitless or unlimited potential or whatever. Or if you want to go by Mega Man Maverick Hunter X standards of what the X really stands for.
Forget, I only played that like twice, and I haven't seen the Day of Sigma, so.
Oh, you haven't even seen it?
But it's been a while. It was like 4 or 3 years ago since I played it.
I will admit, it's a good remake, but I still say that the original stomps it out.
Most because I think from most of us are OG X players, the way they placed all the new the capsules around was just like, oh my god, what do I do now? Why don't I have this slide?
They're pretty much in the same stages, but they're just different ones. And I was like, okay, that doesn't really make any sense when you put it in that perspective.
I know, but for me it was like, okay, why don't I have the slide after Chill Penguin? I can't go after Storm Eagle after this, because you need the boost.
Yeah. Or else you're going to be brown bread when you go to Storm Eagle because of his Storm Tornado trying to blow you off.
Although it was interesting in playing as Vile in that.
Oh, yeah.
They would have the joke.
I don't know why a lot of people say that Mega Man Maverick Hunter X's story was bad. When they are trying to make when Inafune and Capcom were trying to reboot or reimagine the storyline because they wanted to make Mega Man X feel fresh
I kinda liked
with
it.
remaking them over and over.
Gave Sigma a bigger reasons to why he's doing all this stuff.
But I can understand where their complaints are coming from, because there are some things that are just that kind of complicate to the original storyline, if you know what I mean. Some plot inconsistencies.
I want to ask something, actually.
Go ahead.
Do you remember
a
Mega Man game that was on the GameCube that acted like a turn-based, Final Fantasy RPG?
Command Mission.
Mega Man X Command Mission?
That's it. I played that and I loved it.
Yes. Command Mission's very underrated.
I played it. It was okay. The only problem I had was some of the, I don't know, I would say settings and stuff like that. But it's not a bad game.
It felt more like a dungeon crawler than an actual
I think
adventure,
that was the
in
problem,
my
most
opinion.
because of how the high encounter rate was. Like you fight one, okay, I'm done. Finally, 2 steps. Oh,
you want to know what's? This is probably one of my favorite parts in the game. It's like at the password screen, and you see all the Mets or the Metors just kind of popping up because of the lovely music that's going around. I just think this really is one of the most relaxing, just kind of guilty pleasures of mine when it comes to this game. Just this password screen with the Metors or the hard hats.
Yeah. Well, in my humble opinion, Mega Man X has in the SNES trilogy. This is the best music.
Well, yeah, I could say this is the best music, but I mean, in my opinion, if I thought there was one game that probably had the perfect soundtrack where all the songs sound very, very awesome, was Mega Man X3 on the Super Nintendo. But again, that's just my opinion. Whatever you decide, Alex. I respect yours. I respect
yours. If you're gonna go by all in all, it's X5 for me.
Of course.
And that's mostly because of X versus Zero.
X versus Zero.
That song.
I was about to say, which in X3 they kind of mistranslated in saying X would need to destroy Zero at the end, but it's actually X would have to fight Zero, and that's what Mega Man X5 does. Yeah, he just fights him, so that way, I guess, is trying to erase all existence of the Maverick virus, I suppose.
No. The story was really weird in 5, but like when it came to deep parts, but you could more or less understand what they were meant to tell you a story about. But from
So Shane, since you have since you grew up with the Nintendo 64, did you try Mega Man 64 or Mega Man Legends on there?
Why did you have to bring up that? I was trying to keep quiet because I know how much you guys liked, you know, you guys were very passionate when they talked about Mega Man Legends 3 got canceled and everything like that, and that game, listen, I'm sorry for all the fans out there who probably are watching this right now, whatever. I thought Mega Man Legends, aka Mega Man 64, was the worst thing I ever played on the N64.
I can agree with you on that. Actually,
the story
like,
was frustrating. The characters were boring. I didn't like them. Like, yeah, I just got frustrated with everything with that game. And when I actually got my helmet and I actually got more powerful stuff, I was like, "What am I doing?"
I can say this. Even though I was really looking forward to Legends 3, it's mostly because it would be a new Mega Man game. In like, at least from the old ones. Like, sure, we had a couple of sort of in the back Battle Network spheres with Star Force and stuff like that, but it was going to be something new, like from the old times. And then they shut it down, and that's because of in the same wheel they also shut down Mega Man Universe, and then there was this MMO that we didn't get because it was like Korean exclusive. It was just piling on more and more, and then Legend 3 announced, and it's just like, that's the main reason why most of us exploded.
I just wasn't sure, because when I heard about it, I was just kind of like, you guys care about Legends that much? Okay. I don't know. Like, now I've never played the second one that I didn't even know existed for a while. So I have no opinions about the second one, but the first one, oh god, terrible.
Yeah, that Mega Man Legends 2 was the one that I actually got through more often because with Mega Man Legends 1, after I got the second refractor crystal, I just got stuck. I was like, I don't even know where to go next.
This was before internet was more useful.
Of course. We can all agree that the internet is the best source of information, but of course, there's one other thing that we also have to watch out for, and that's the trolls, because they just only want to just see our anger, and they just want to try to get that to come out of people when we don't want to.
Although, if you do have a problem with any Mega Man game, there is one site that's still up and running that I've been using for years when it comes to Mega Man games, just for some tips, especially when I play the Battle Network games, because they are long and I can sometimes get confused myself. Mega Man homepage.
Oh, Mega Man homepage? You mean like the Mega Man Network or something? Or
no,
the wiki?
Actually, there is one that's called. Let's see. I'm gonna. I think it's Mega Man homepage.net, like mmmhp.net.
Oh, Mega Man homepage. I think I've heard of that before.
I've been using that throughout for very long, and it's still up and running. It has a walkthrough for every Mega Man game. Original, X, Zero, CX, Legends, Battle Network, Star Force. So, you ever have trouble with a Mega Man game? Just go there. It's mmmhp.net.
Oh. Although I pretty much know the Mega Man X trilogy, well, pretty much almost every single Mega Man X game in my eyes, so I really am like, yeah, you know what, I don't even need a strategy guide. I'm already pro at this.
For me, it's always going to be 2, because I barely played 2.
Oh, yeah. Mega Man X2?
You know my opinions on 2.
Yeah, your least favorite in the SNES trilogy.
It's so... In my opinion, there were so many flaws in it, for me.
My only gripe with it was that it felt it tried to be too similar to the first game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I could never get a feel for it. Mostly because to be honest, I never really legit finished it. I was so fed up at one point, so I looked up for a code to at least get me with all the parts straight to at least Sigma Fortress.
Yeah. Oh, Storm Eagle's going away. Again. But I'll beat him. Go for broke!
Yeah,
yes.
But yeah, I'm sorry if that hurt anyone at all by saying that. I just...
I think finding Mega Man Legends, like people who like Mega Man Legends, like as much, is hard. They're like few and far between. I haven't met one. At least they sort of like, I played it, was okay, or maybe I played it and it was awful. There's usually the two types you find.
Because like because like when I was young, I would, and I kind of regret it sometimes because there's certain games that I can't get anymore. But I would like take games that I was done with, go to a place called Bookman's in Arizona, sell them, and buy more games. And one of them I bought was Mega Man 64 because it was $6 there. And I played it. I completed, I think, like, I don't know how many, like, dungeons or whatever you want to call them in that game. All I know is I got to the point where my character finally got a helmet and had a much more charger buster beam. And I just was done.
There wasn't this common here where I live when it came to selling, so it was really hard finding a place where you could sell your games. And so, as I said, Mega Man X was like the only one I sold. And then in retrospect, as I got older, it's like, why did I do that?
Why? No, I'm just kidding. Now let's see if I can do this without... Oh, there we go. Oh, don't fall. Oh, good. Oh man, I always get scared that part. I've always
actually learned the perfect position you need to stand to make that jump without any issues. Is that you put Mega Man's when he's facing left, you put his back foot on the edge, and then you dash jump from it, and then you grab the bottom one, and then he will immediately grab the other one next to left to it, and then you just keep mashing. So, and he will push up without any issues. But yeah, that took forever for me to actually get that right.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, oh, you failed. You accidentally knocked that one off. The only one you can grab. So you have to start all over again.
Of course.
Did you guys ever collect...
You know, and some people...
Oh, sorry.
What? No, did you...
Did you guys ever collect the Mega Man Battle Network things where it was kind of like the Digimon?
I don't think so.
I don't know if that's exactly what it's called. It's where you get the device kind of like the main character has in the show.
You mean
and you get yeah, and you put the cards in and you battle other people with it or something.
It never became that popular over here, at least. I mean, I don't know about in the US, but I live in Sweden, and no.
That's
actually
where it was called
didn't know that.
That was where... that was where it was called NT Warrior, right?
Yeah, I think
the TV show?
Over here, I always wanted one because as I said, I really like Battle Network. Battle Network is like really good, underrated series, in my opinion.
By the way, I had no idea you lived there.
Sweden? Oh yeah, he's Swedish.
Yeah.
Why?
Because no, I don't know. Because like I was just surprised because I've never met you.
My
before.
accent?
No, doesn't even sound like you have an accent. For me, at least.
Exactly. I'm actually one of the few who doesn't have a big one. Sometimes I have like pronunciation issues.
Yeah.
But of course, that is because of my heritage.
But that's awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah.
You learned something new today, Shane.
No, it's half the battle. Yes, someone had to say it.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Yes.
Okay, since we have Storm Eagle's ability, then we're going to be using that on the Flame Mammoth, but too bad we're not going to cut his trunk or anything like that.
You can always do it when you re-fight him.
Yeah, that is true. The thing what I was talking about, Shane, is that if I got Boomer Kruwanger's ability, then I could, where I get the boomerang cutter, I can actually chop off Flame Mammoth's nose or his trunk or whatever, so that way he can't even spit oil. You know, and some of you might be wondering how did I get that heart piece when I was down on the ground there? Well, that is, I beat Chill Penguin stage, and I managed to actually, managed to let loose ice on the lava, so that way everything was cooled down to where I can actually grab the heart piece, or else I probably would have died if there was still lava there.
That's something that's something that was unique with Mega Man X alone, is that you beat one stage, another stage got affected. But not all of them, but some of them had an additional effect to another stage. For this example, if you beat Chill Penguin, ice will be all over the Flame Hammer stage. And as you're going to go to Spark Mandrill, it looks because you beat Storm Eagle. As we're going to see soon.
I'm going back to Chill Penguin to get his heart piece.
So I can get that out of the way, so I don't have to do it later on.
And if you beat Launch Octopus, then Sting Chameleon stage will be mostly flooded.
Yes. There's only...
Mostly.
Well, you need to do it for...
But it does help... Yeah, for the heart piece.
There's only two stages that doesn't have an effect. Like, you beat one, another one gets an effect. And that is Boomer Quanger stage and Armadillo. Which is weird that those two never got some stage effect on it, depending on...
Well, they most of the time, they really don't even need it. You know, have you guys even learned about how Mega Man, how the existence of Mega Man came to be, especially when it came to the Robot Masters? What Keiji Inafune said.
Wasn't it sort of like something to do with animals?
Well, not just well, destroying habitats with like all sorts of industrialization or whatever.
Huh. No, I didn't really know that.
Yeah, like say for instance with Gutsman working at a construction site and Fireman working at a reactor or whatever.
On the classics, I know about those.
Yeah. But no, this is not like Sonic Sat AM type of stuff. No, nothing like that.
I feel bad because I already forgot your name.
Alex
or Bad Game.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure which one you wanted me to use. I want to send you something that I don't know if you've ever seen before, but since it is Mega Man related, this is a highlight from when I live streamed.
Oh yeah, I know about this. The Mega Man Deathmatch type,
Yep. That was my first time actually playing it in a long time, and so my reaction to that was hilarious.
I haven't played. I think I played like twice, but it was like many years ago.
Do we have any questions in the live stream?
For the 3 people that are watching, like minus me, because I have that just in the background.
Yeah.
So I can see the chat.
I forgot to open that up.
I can send you the link. So.
Yeah, I was gonna have you guys answer questions if we had anybody on, but still, I'm pretty young at live streaming, so I'm not like at K1 status.
Trust me, I'm the same way. I don't even like you. When I saw your stream last time when you were playing Donkey Kong Country 2, I was like, "Oh, look at you! You have a bunch of graphics. I don't have anything." Envy.
I've only streamed like 4 times and it through my PS4. Otherwise, I can't do it. But at the same time, I only talk to people on Skype just to show them that, like, when I was playing Destiny or like, Assassin's Creed 4 when that came out. That was all.
I streamed a lot, but a lot of the videos got removed because they changed their thing. But I played Gone Home, Receiver, a lot of Dark Souls, Deus Ex, which I'm gonna redo that again.
Oh, Human Revolution?
Ooh, wow.
Oh, the original, okay. PC or PS2?
Man. Of course, you have to go PC.
Alright.
I don't even have a capture card. Like, I would love to live stream my N64 games because I just had it sent to me. So, but, like, I don't have a capture card yet.
I would love to stream this, like, do a Let's Play of this game.
It's like, because there's a game that I want to stream so badly because there's a lot. Every time I have a conversation about the N64, and I ask about rare games, there's always one game no one talks about. Jet Force Gemini.
And that would be... Oh, yes.
For me,
they always talk
that's something I need to go...
I have never played it.
I recommend it. It's really good in my eyes. It's like a third-person shooter, but it has a lot of collectible.
I know what it
concepts.
is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
No, but it's good. Maybe not the few people watching this stream know what it is, but for me, weirdly enough, the N64 is my least not when it comes to least favorite, but just least played one. Like I have barely any games for it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Nintendo 64 was a lot of people's eyes their downtime when it came to video games because we were going into something different from sprite-based games that they were already accustomed to.
I was just about to say, like, you missed a hardcore game, but then remember you haven't beat Lost Octopus yet, so. No, I know. Just trying to remember myself. Like, oh, yes, right, you haven't done that yet.
I have to beat Armored Armadillo, but that will be in a bit.
Octopus first. Well, but yeah, you need your those Wii weapons for it. Yeah. But for me, it's just it was barely in the game. Sure, I had the must-have titles: Ocarina of Time, Smash, Mario Kart, and
can't go wrong with Mario Kart.
Of course.
At the same time, my least favorite one, most because of the rubber band AI was atrocious in that game. But still, I had fun with. It was fun when you had friends over, at least, because then it was.
Yeah, that was just always so weird about Mario Kart 64 is that even though you were in first place, a lot of your opponent drivers would always get right behind you. Well, no matter how far you got away from them.
That was because of, as I said, the rubber band AI. It's that when you get farther, they actually speed up so they can capture. But the problem,
I know. It should have been. Yeah, but it should have been something more like around the 100 or 150 cc where the rubber band AI would have made sense. But
even in the 50 cc, they could make a bitch out of you at certain points. Of
course. Okay, let's go pay a little visit to our little Mr. Friend Steam Chameleon.
He's annoying if you don't actually. In my opinion, he's annoying if you don't have the Boomerang weapon.
I know.
You could lock him in a loop.
Yeah, I mean he's got pretty good defenses.
He's got good.
But then again, that's because the fully powered Charge Buster shot is extremely weak when compared to the regular charge.
I know, but it's just that if you have the Boomerang weapon, you can lock him because when you hit him, he always jumps to the other side, and if you time it right when you move and then shoot, and then you just keep doing that. It's like my years of playing I've managed found. There's only I can say this. All my years of playing, there's only one character boss I can't have a good strategy for. That's Launch Octopus because his AI is random as hell. He has no set pattern.
That'd be good boss design if there was really good emphasis on trial and error on his part, but obviously there's not.
No, because
there's a bit of frustration when it comes to his AI.
If you don't know his the many first times when I played him when I was younger, it was so much. It was most death I had because that random AI was so you couldn't read it. That's the problem. I have in all of my years of X playing, I have only gone out once without any damage. And I've been playing, and I've beaten this game over 60, 70 times in my lifetime. I play it like once at least every 3 months. And sometimes when I get really boring, I can play it 3 times a day. My record is 5.
Right.
Beat it, took a break, play it again. Finish it, took a break, play it again.
Alright, it's time to go say hi to Spark Mandrill.
My second favorite song comes up now.
Which Smooth McGroove actually did an acapella of last year.
I was so happy when I heard that one. It was...
I'm still waiting for him to do an acapella on Steel Samurai off Phoenix Wright, the first game.
Speaking of which, I've actually been playing Dual Destinies.
Oh, you've been liking it?
Oh, yes. I hate Black Quill, though.
I thought Black Quill was a really good antagonist.
I'm not saying he's a bad one. I just don't like him. Just like I don't like Francesca.
Oh, I hate Francesca. I mean, I have nothing against women, but she
brings out that whip and tries to
she I know, she just only uses the whip to get her satisfaction by just whipping people. Oh!
No.
Oh, boo.
Ow.
Fail.
But, no, it was like, I was like, okay, I kind of know what this case is happening. Okay, so there's this evidence, everything's okay. All of a sudden, objection! Whap! No, you are fool of the foolish fool. Screw off.
Mm-hmm. That's what I hate about her. That's why I enjoyed Godo more, because he wasn't, just trying to get his revenge on Phoenix Wright, but he was, like, trying to challenge him
aggressively. The only reason
aggressively.
I don't like 2 is because, in my opinion, it has most weak cases in the game. No.
Yeah, except for the final one. The final one was actually pretty awesome.
And final 1 and 2 is the best. I hate the first one because it's boring. I hate the third case because it's just a bunch of circus. Yeah, circus performer. Oh, damn it! Oh man, you're making me angry.
Hey, it's not you who's supposed to be angry. It's supposed to be me that's supposed to be angry.
I'm sort of reflecting myself in this play and like, man, I would not fall for that.
It's...
Well, this is what happens when I'm talking, so kind of bear with me.
I understand that. It kind of, honestly, that kind of reminds me and games that I grew up with. Like, I was watching a friend of mine playing Doom, and I'm like cringing over like how much he dies or makes this mistake, and I'm like,
yeah, that's me too.
Oh, okay.
Especially when the games you know inside out, and
oh yeah,
it's like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Do this instead.
Oh, not doing that twice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna die.
Not gonna happen to me twice. Like, no. Yeah, I know. I thought so too, but I managed to avoid a red herring.
But yeah, I'm also here's a kind of hilarious thing. When it comes to Capcom games, I seem to be a very fan of the very not obscure but the least popular one. I mean, finally, sure we get a new Phoenix Wright game after forever.
Have you had a chance to try out Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright?
Yes,
Alex.
The only problem is that from a Phoenix Wright fan, as I am a big one, the cases are boring. Yes,
pretty shallow.
And I'm not a big fan of Layton, most because I'm just gonna say I'm not stupid, but when I played the Professor Layton games himself, it makes me feel stupid. But then I played this, and it's just like I can solve them all. It feels like they dumbed down because of the people who aren't playing a lot of Professor Layton games, but then they make the cases really boring for the people who aren't playing a whole lot of Ace Attorney games.
It's a really hard middle ground they have to work with.
Which didn't
the people
work. I mean, sure, it's got some... The story is kind of interesting, but I just couldn't pull myself through to...
Right.
Just because it felt too easy, and I didn't feel the same satisfaction. Sure, I kind of liked the new way of questioning the witnesses, because there were multiple. That was kind of fun, because it was actually a unique spin on the whole court.
But to be fair, it wasn't all terrible as most people thought.
I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying I'm a bit disappointed after
Right. It's disheartening.
I watched a 1-minute review from Pro Jared about it.
He basically said the thing that I thought of it. It was that it was too easy on both aspects, but it had to be because they had to satisfy both sides. And now we come the most broken fight ever. Go! Oh my god, a favorite song. The problem is the boss with the weakness makes him a child's play.
Yeah. And he can actually, have knockback damage with the Charge Buster sometimes.
I didn't know that because I was stun him in this.
It's kind of funny they call him Spark Mandrill because he's like a traditional robot master when you look at him.
I don't really know what... I mean, the remake makes him look even better in Maverick Hunter. Yeah, that's Spark Mandrill, people. Easy as hell.
Yep.
He makes Metal... Okay, he's not up there with Metal Man and his own weakness, because... but he's up there with Bubble Man.
Oh, yeah.
Although I think Bubbleman would take him.
I'm pretty sure he would.
I have I have some ice cubes. Oh no, my one weakness.
Oh, God, I'm so cold. Okay, and there we go. It's time to get Armadillo. Or just Armor.
Is it really that cold where you are right now?
No, it's not.
I thought you were going to ask me. I thought you were going to ask me just because I live in a cold climate country or something.
You know, it's funny for me. I'm originally from Arizona, which is usually one of the hottest states that has a dry heat too. Yeah, I lived there all my life until I decided to move to Indiana with someone very special to me. And, well, I will say it was a little bit hard to get used to the fact that the sun goes down earlier and rises much earlier. And that when September rolls around, it's already in the 60s.
Yeah.
60s, I wonder how much that is in Celsius. God damn you, Peril. I'm using metric, you know? So, I just need to calculate what the hell 60 Fahrenheit is in Celsius.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, it's not you. But I've lived here all my life. The only thing is that if you move higher up in the country, like now that's going towards winter, higher up in the country, it's black, it's dark all day around. And during the summer, the sun is bright every day, like up until like September. It's a bitch trying to sleep, I've heard.
You don't want to know what's a bitch? In Maverick Hunter X, in order to get the Hadoken in this game, in Maverick Hunter X, you could not take any damage whatsoever.
Oh boy.
Well, it's not that hard. You want to take him out easy? Just use Storm Tornado on him. On this.
I know. Oh, on this? No, I always go for the flame weapon.
Flame weapon?
Yeah, to take him down
Actually,
quicker.
The thing is, if you have the charge budget, you have to let go before you reach the purple stage.
Oh, I know
with
that.
Storm, you only have to just shoot it, and you usually go down to like 4 or 5 shots.
Yeah, it's just a personal preference.
Of course, the same with me. I mean, I would be like using my storm weapon and just busting my way through this. My record is 40 minutes of completing this game 100%.
Right. And yes, you're going to see me try to get the Shoryuken in the second game. So.
Oh my god, I've only done it once. That's because it's such a hassle. There's another neat trick actually. If you manage to get all the way to right before you land and get on that platform, you can slide and you don't have to worry about him at all.
I'll go ahead and claim my prize there.
It took me forever when I was a kid to figure out, like, how do I get to that one?
Okay, here we go with the stupid avian creatures that are trying to possibly knock me back because of them flying right in front of me. Anyway. Now it's time to pay this good old bastardization of an armadillo a visit.
It can also be really easy if you... Because he also has a weird pattern with him.
But he is pretty simple.
But when you start shooting that beam, if you time it right, you can shoot, jump, without... And you get that sort of...
Oh, I know. I think I saw Nintendo Capri Sun actually had a 4-player race with, I think, Proton John and a couple other guys, and he actually used that trick.
Did you guys ever like Double Dash?
Yes.
Yes.
What, Mario Kart Double Dash?
It's okay.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
I mean, it's really fun if you can actually get a whole 8-player team, actually. Never had it, actually, but it was something I always looked for, but yeah, I played it a bit. Have it still in my collection.
You know it's possible to get 16 players.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. 16 friends. Yeah, I don't have those that many.
I know. It's just something I read up to where it's actually possible to play up to 16 people.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's an 8 race. That's an 8 kart race that Mario Kart's known for.
Right.
Yeah, 8 karts, unless it's changed.
No, it's 8, but it's 2 player. It's 2 characters per kart. That's why you can have 16 people.
It's Launch Octopussy.
Yay, my least favorite Maverick. At least in the X games. Well, actually, one.
Yeah, I think they actually made a good choice in naming the robot masters in this game as Mavericks, because Irregulars, it just doesn't bode well.
I never
just
really
the name.
understood what Maverick stood for when I was a kid, but I do now. But I was always like, well,
It has something to do with cowboys
I thought it
or
had to
something.
do with something like I don't really know what it is 100%, but at least in this game, at least I know what the meaning is. It's like robots gone rogue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this. These men about boss, especially the next one we're gonna meet, because he can sometimes fuck up a no death run for me. I'm doing really good, and I come to him, and he just destroys my no death run.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something I shoot for, like it's a no death run, which I'm more or less like I get.
Oh, God, that's what I really hate about those fish.
That's why I always unequip my gun.
I'm actually curious. Did you guys? I know this is off topic. Did you guys ever play Dark Souls?
Yes.
What?
Did you guys ever play Dark Souls?
I played Demon Souls, but not Dark Souls.
Yeah. I can say this: yes and no. Yes, I played it. No, I have never finished.
Damn it!
This is the reason why I hate this main boss. Anyway, go on. What you gonna go with the question?
Oh no, you were saying something about Dark Souls.
Yeah, just that I have played it, never beat it.
Did you get stuck somewhere?
Yes and no. It's just I'm not a massive fan of difficult games. Not that I can't handle them. It's just I've always I hate that you can use something like unfair like tactics. What AI has is like, oh yeah, it's okay because they said that this game is going to be hard, so all these like unfair stages or opportunities for you is like, yeah, it's a-okay because it's meant to be hard.
Depends on what, because I've played through that game more than 7 times, both on Xbox and PC, and I plan to do it again on PS3. And when I hear
glutton for punishment,
because the thing is, I learned something very quickly about that game.
What?
The game is not. It's only hard if you don't understand its mechanics.
No, it's not. I don't understand the mechanics. It's just. Oh, let's see.
The son of a, you're a bee sting.
What I'm trying to mean is that it's punish you sometimes for being sometimes just random reasons. You're trying to be cautious. It punishes you sometimes for that. You're trying to be.
How so?
It's been a while since I played it. I can't really. The biggest one, and especially when it's open world type, is that sometimes it punishes you for exploring. Big time. It's like the promised one is like where you start after the insane asylum. You happen to go to the graveyard. There's skeletons way above your level, kicking your ass.
Yeah, but that's the same with any other game. I mean,
I know, but it's just.
I mean, Skyrim or Morrowind, like, you try to explain the high mountains, you're gonna die.
I guess. I'm just saying, you ask, I give an answer from my perspective to why I have issues
I know.
with it.
No, I understand. I'm just giving an answer about it because I've heard a lot about about people's opinions with Dark Souls, and the things I hear, I'm just kind of like, well, it just depends. I mean, at first, I was kind of like, this game is way too hard. I don't think I'll be able to beat it. And then I did. And then I did it again with another character. And then I did it again on New Game Plus. And then I got all achievements on both Xbox and PC. And then I started to understand exactly how the game functions. It's about understanding not to be greedy, being careful with your stamina, being careful with the weapons you use, especially depending on how you want to use them. And the game does not punish you a whole lot in terms of how you want to play. It just depends on how good you are on not being greedy. Because a lot of games, we tend to think, okay, how fast can I beat this boss in 2 seconds? Dark Souls doesn't want you doing that. Dark Souls wants you to understand perseverance. Now, yes, you could grind like crazy, get your weapons to +5, +10, or whatever, so you can kill a boss the quickest.
Just a quick sense, I get it. That's also another thing I hate.
Okay, sorry.
It's just grinding, just FYI.
You don't have to grind, though. That's the thing.
No. I know I don't have. I've actually.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I saw someone actually speedrun the game, and he barely faced any combat in it. He beat it like under an hour or something like that, and the only time he actually fought combat was just for some souls, or if it was necessary for a boss he had to face. I know there's you only grind as much as you want, and you're only as good as you understand of a mechanic or any type of game.
Yeah. Sorry if I was annoying you by talking too long like that.
No.
No, you're all right.
It's just for me, it's just that if it's not that I don't adapt. I can say this. I'm a quick adapter to to many types of games. It's just that sometimes I get really discouraged quickly when I die too often in one place, even when I try to figure out different ways of approaching it. But still, I'm not saying it's a bad game, I'm just saying it's not a game for me.
Okay, here we are with the with this guy, Octopussy.
Hate him.
Now you can understand why I call him Octopussy. Launch Octopussy. Aside from giving a reference to a James Bond villain, of course. But I'm surprised this is actually, Launch Octopus is actually the first one you reface in Maverick Hunter X when you go to Sigma's Fortress.
Yeah, that was also something that took me by surprise, is how they redesigned the entire fortress.
Instead of going above, you're going underground that time around, or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a nice twist.
It was also kind of a nice twist that the characters talk before each fight, just so you can understand a bit more about the other Mavericks and why they did what they did. Some did it for pride, some did it just to why the hell not, and some had other reasons.
Right.
They actually made most of that. That's why I sort of like what X4 started, that you had a talk with all the other Mavericks. Just so you could sort of understand that everyone comes from a different place, and everyone has their reasons in a fight.
Right.
Maybe not be always the right reasons, but everyone has their reasons for fighting. Something Zero's questioned in X4.
You know what I may actually...
What am I fighting for?
You know what I may actually do once I have the system and stuff?
What?
I may actually try to live stream me playing Mega Man. I think you guys would enjoy that.
Oh,
just hear me scream every 2 seconds because I died.
No!
You always call me for help. I can always help you.
You could help me with certain guides, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to do it.
I know, but I can always.
Right.
Oh, just an FYI, here comes my favorite song in the game. In this game.
Boomer Kuwanger, which they renamed him to Boomerang Kuwanger in Maverick Hunter X.
What's a Boomer Kuwanger? I know what it is.
Oh, I always remember that line from what Handsome Tom said when talking about big names that fell or whatever. Mega Man or whatever?
No, it's been a while.
Or games that didn't transition well from 2D to 3D or whatever. It's like it just kind of seemed like they had an unfathomable hatred for the Mega Man X games, and it was like, I don't understand, because it's essentially same Mega Man action or whatever.
Okay, here's something is the best tips I can give anyone who has problems with this stage.
Okay.
Charge up the rolling shield, and you will be untouchable, except for this part.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. This one, there's something that really threw me off when I was playing every country, is that they nerfed the super rolling shield a whole lot of time. Because I counted, when it's fully charged and it wraps around Mega Man, it's a 3 damage shield. And anything that takes less than 3 damage instantly dies and the shield doesn't go out. Which means this part also makes it a cakewalk.
Yeah.
You can jump on the only thing that can take it out is these cannons shot, because that one is a 3 damage dealer. But it makes this part, and it makes also the first part really easy, because you can just dash your way through them, and there is nothing to stop you.
Right. Okay, now, Chill Penguin, it's time for you to do me a favor. We're gonna go surfing.
I wasn't sure if you knew about this, Drake.
Oh, I do.
Here, let me give a non-water Pokemon the ability to fly.
What?
It's a joke that a friend told me where, like, there's certain Pokemons you can give the ability of fly even though they don't have wings or anything.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah, and apparently in certain Pokemon games, you can give the HDM fly to certain Pokemons that technically...
Yeah, and then there's certain Pokemon that has wings that you can't give fly to at all. Suck on that, Starry Shard. Lovers.
Yeah.
Charizard, suck it.
I take it you don't like Charizard that much, Alex.
I'm more of Blastoise. Blastoise all the way.
Of course. Well, if we're gonna go by Pokemon X and Y standards, Greninja all the way.
All the way. Like,
hello,
I
Mr. Kuanga.
Greninja got and smashed him, then Mewtwo.
Do you guys feel that they are gonna do DLC for Smash Brothers?
I don't know about I don't know about the 3DS version, but the Wii U most likely.
Well,
yeah, I was like, I guess more or less for the Wii U, which I'm hyped for. Also, although I have to wait 2 weeks after you guys.
Yeah, because you get it around the same time as Japan does.
You know what? You know what I think is kind of stupid in my eyes for Nintendo? I get that they're bringing I get that they're trying to bring back a controller scheme that everyone loved from Melee and also with Brawl. But I feel it feels like a wasted technology to put so much investment on a GameCube 4 player only for that game.
Oh, I agree on that, because I was like, when it first rumored up that you could play, Wii games that had the capabilities, like Brawl and other types, I was just like, oh, sweet! I can start playing Brawl again, because ever since I have my Wii U, I don't want to play with classic controller. It sucks.
I don't know. I just felt like if they wanted to, they could. Now, a lot of people. Now, the thing is, people are rumoring that they're probably saying that to make people not think this, but I have a feeling that they plan to put GameCube games on a virtual console for the Wii U.
That's what that's what a lot of people are speculating.
I thought that was semi-confirmed. Like, they talked a whole lot about it. I mean, if they do, then the only one I'm actually looking forward to is Paper Mario 2, 1,000 Year Door.
Oh, 1,000 Year Door, yeah.
The best Paper Mario game.
Even if they don't do it, then at least I'm all set. I got me an HDMI converter from a SCART cable, or an S-cart
I
cable.
love a 1000-year door. Sad part is that I managed to find a copy of it because again, I was stupid enough to actually sell it. And found one. The problem is it has some scratches, and it works fine up until the 6th chapter boss, final boss. Then all of a sudden it can't read the disc. So I have to use my Wii, but since I don't have that one plugged anymore, I can't play this game anymore.
Kind of reminds me of my GameCube.
Because I don't want to plug. What?
Give me a second. I got to show you a picture of what my GameCube does to certain games. Hold on.
Oh God.
It's hilarious. Like, at times it annoys me because it does it at the worst times where I, like, haven't saved my game.
Right.
But at other times, it's just... It's hilarious. So, let me try and find it.
I'm just kind of hoping the Bat Bones would drop more health capsules so I can fill it up, and before I meet Dr. Light in full capacity.
Yeah, well, you have to. That's one of the stipulation of this.
Yep. Yep, same thing for both the sequels, too.
Actually, in 3rd, you just needed to make sure Zero was alive.
No, it's in the first stage. You have to make sure you don't take... Yeah, gotta make sure you're at full health and your sub-tanks are full and that kind of stuff, and make sure you don't take any... Well, if you can take some damage, but just make sure you're at full health when you see the Dr. Light capsule.
Fuck is your GameCube doing?
Yeah. Do you know which game that is?
Well, it's Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 2.
Okay, I was even going to say 1 or 2, but yeah. Damn.
And yes, it's fully playable.
This makes it even weirder.
I know, I have a video of me actually trying to play. But that's what my GameCube does to certain games. It mostly does it with Metroid Prime.
So far it hasn't done anything weird for my games. A few GameCube games I have.
You know, I just really don't understand why they call those bad enemies Bat Bones. Why didn't they just call them Spy Bats Mark II? Because that's basically what the one I was trying to... Well, the first one I was killing was actually a Mark I type from the original Mega Man series.
I don't know. Maybe they thought it was cute. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, Kyle, are you a fan of Skylanders?
I haven't played a lot of the games,
Okay,
but no. You have to be talking to K-Wing about that.
Oh, he's so busy that I sometimes can't, and that's fine. I don't blame him. He's busy.
Yeah.
I just finally got Skylanders after I've been behind for like 3 years.
Uh-huh.
I don't even play that.
Are you going to be getting amiibos, though,
I
Bad Gamer?
have to, but I'm also going to use them as, like, statues and put them around my room. Of course, there are a couple ones I'm going to get first, like Link, Captain Falcon, and Mega Man when that eventually comes out. I'm always going to get everyone.
It's Pokemon again. Collect them all.
I know, gotta buy them all.
Gotta buy them all, them all. Which, that was the only good thing about the original dub of the anime, was the poker rap. That was the only good thing. Because it was a guilty pleasure, but then after that, I was like, really, for kids?
I think what's really funny is that, I don't know where my friend found this, but he showed me a video of this guy doing that rap, and basically do it without taking a breath, almost.
Wow.
Really? He's got very powerful lungs, I see.
Or use a technique where you can still talk, but you breathe in through your nose, and it's like...
Yeah. Even though it's kind of hard to give the pronunciation of words, in my opinion, when you try to breathe through your nose.
Especially when you're saying it really fast.
I know, but it's like a trick. I think many music players who plays saxophone or trumpet and stuff like that use that type of technique just so they can hold a note longer if it's needed.
Yeah.
This is the only time people are willing to sacrifice themselves for something so small. Or is this the 4th time now?
Yeah, I think so. No, this is the 4th time right now.
The 4th, long.
Yeah,
usually
4th
around
one.
4 or 5 is when it shows up.
Yeah.
You guys...
But too bad you can't use the Hadouken on Sigma's final form.
Actually, you can. I saw someone that made a tool assist run of this game, and he managed to do it, but the thing is, it won't hit him. Or it hit him, but it won't do damage at all.
Yeah. That's why I said it's practically useless in the final fight. Well, well, you can use it in his first form and against his pooch, but that's it.
I never found a really good use for it, because it's... Even when you fight the other ones and it's one-hit kill, the thing is, it's so sensitive to the situation.
Right. What do they call the pooch's name? Velgarder or whatever it is?
What now?
What I was trying to figure out the name of Sigma's dog, Velgarder or whatever it is.
Just call it Robo-Dog.
Yeah. I give you a present. Now enter the capsule, please. I really like Dr. Light's message in Mega Man X2 when you get the Shoryuken because it actually sounds very cheesy and exaggerated. He's like, "Wow, you are cool! I'm not worthy! I'm not worthy! Enter this capsule, please!"
Okay.
Yep, so I finally got the Hadouken.
The most useless, overpowered attack there is in this game.
Hey, it's useful for bosses as insta-kill for them.
But again, it's very it's depending on the situation.
I guess. Anyway, we're here at the final the first part of the final fortress.
That's another good song.
Yes.
I was watching this entire time, and I cannot believe you're already close to being basically at the end, aren't you?
That's why games like that I play play a whole lot, like Donkey Kong Country 2. That's why I know how to beat it at 100%, or go beyond 100% basically. Oops, I probably should wait till it comes back. I always hate this part because of the platforms. They're just not consistent with where they are placed and enemies are placed and that kind of stuff. But as long as I have something like the homing torpedo, they should just call it homing torpedo because that makes more sense. Oh god, I avoided. That was a red herring.
There's
right
another
there.
place where you can actually use the rolling shield.
Oh
god, dude, you're making me having a heart attack.
That's what I'm good for.
Jesus Christ, man! You want to make it easier, just pick the rolling shield and up.
I guess, but Jesus frosting. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus frosting.
How long have you been kids? Wow, you've taken way too long for this.
What, this part?
Getting to this part, actually. I think I would...
Oh, I'm taking my time. I'm not gonna take a lot of damage. I'm a tactician when it comes to this kind of stuff.
I know, but I'm just saying, if it was me, I would probably already be at least at the part 3.
Oh, it takes at least under a couple hours to actually beat this game.
I can do it on an hour.
Well, that's just that we just have different playstyles and we just don't agree with each other. So
that's the wonderfulness of gaming.
I know, but just for me, you've been playing this a little over an hour. I would be already been done by this point.
Well, I'm not trying to speedrun
it. I'm going for 100% every time I play. You went for 101, so that's also added a couple extra minutes, but. I mean, seriously. I mean, I've never done a low, non-upgrade, any percent speed run, because I always go for 100% because I found it so easy.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh yeah, he takes less damage instead of being punched. There we go.
You guys are a
Good
fan
spot.
of Atlas games and all, right?
Somewhat.
Yes.
Okay.
I like Persona 4, but
I've actually never played a Persona game yet. Well, no, I have, but I gave up, and I'm going to try it again.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, have you guys ever heard of a game called Operation Darkness?
nope.
Name sounds familiar, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
To my knowledge, I think it's an Xbox 360 exclusive. It was published by Atlas. It's basically a... What's the word? You guys know Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah. You cut out Final Fantasy what?
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes.
Okay. It's...
The original?
Basically, it's like that, but in World War II with werewolves, vampires, and zombies.
God damn you,
that,
Vile.
Yeah, I've actually, now that you mention...
You suck.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I never played it, but I know what you're talking about now, because I think that came out for the PS3 too.
Maybe it did, I don't know. Let me go double check, because I thought it said...
Because what you're talking about, it sounds like... But I thought I found the PS3 cover many years ago.
It says 360 only, it's right there.
And here we have Zero, who actually has blood coming out of his mouth.
Bad, I'm confused with something else that also had sort of the similarities into it.
You can actually see Zero has blood coming out of his mouth
Yep.
while he's talking. Before he passes on. But he does not pass on for too long.
Alright, okay, no. Well, I confused that with another game. My bad. There's also a neat little trick you can do. If you make a boost from the last step before you get into this area, if you just move forward, everything will miss you.
Right.
And that's the place I usually use Stingray for this.
Oh.
You become invincible when you charge it. If you charge it up, it becomes this infinitely much easier.
Oh, okay. Oh, Steam Chameleon's ability? Yeah. You take no damage.
That's why I use it at this point.
Uh-huh. It's a good way to refill on health,
Actually,
too.
that point comes after you beat the Boomerangers up top, so...
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
my knowledge of the game brings joy.
Anyways, the thing I was saying about that game, though, was... When I first heard about it, everyone said it was like a terrible game, the graphics don't head up well, the game is clunky and all this stuff. I already played 2 missions, and I get where they're coming from. At the same time, the game...
Dude, what is up with the bosses? I'm trying to hit him with the frickin'
That's why I never try for it.
Oh, I always try for it.
Anyway, yeah, you played 2 missions, I understand what they're coming from, but...
I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, that game is fun!
I usually have the same...
It works the same way. You move your character, and you can attack characters depending on your distance, depends on if they will actually hit or miss type of deal. And I like that. I like games like that because it really makes you think carefully. The only downside I have with this game is it has a weird way of doing its cover system. It's not a simple hide behind this rock and no one can shoot you. It's select cover attack, cover, move, and then they'll stay in cover and not take any damage. But you're costing them moving out of the way from somewhere or actually attacking an enemy. It's a little weird. But it's so much fun, and the story is just getting good.
Sounds like something. If I had a 360, maybe I would look for it. Unless it's never came to the... Unless it was like US and Japan only, like it usually is for these types of games. Yep. Another game I can never play because I don't live in the US. Unless I mod or stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not the first time I'm disappointed at something that sounds promising. Even Ace Investigator 2.
Oh yes, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, the game that we never got in the West.
Because the first one wasn't selling good enough, but apparently we had a high enough demand to get Dual Destiny.
Got it!
Nice!
See, I told you I could do it!
We never doubted you, I think.
Well, I know one person seemed to doubt me because he says he never used it.
I didn't doubt you, I'm just saying this is usually why I never use it.
Yeah.
And I hate this spider boss. This was, for many years, the bane of my existence. But it was before I understand how it worked and its own weakness also. What it usually uses the eye spread. Or shot, I always forget the names.
Shotgun ice. Ooh!
Oh god.
I'm just having some close encounters of the third kind.
Yeah, some close of bad kind. Too bad it's not Batman.
I know how it feels when you have those moments where you're thinking everything's going okay, and then all of a sudden you like miss the platform. You're like, no.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how it's like in this game. Okay, okay, hello, Mr. Chilled. It's time to stay cool. Haha. Please wear. Stay cool.
One of those bosses that also is annoying, even when you have his weakness, because he's one of those that gets this annoying long invisibility because it takes forever. So usually, if you want to fight him, never bother with his weakness, which is the flame.
Yeah.
You can actually get up there with the suit.
I know. I wasn't even trying to bother.
I don't know. I'm just saying to the viewers watching. I'm just saying, it's like one of the few games where I actually know most of the tricks in this game. I want to partial on my wisdom for it.
Ooh. I need to refill on health real quick.
This is one of my favorite. I mean, I love this game so much. I have an original. I have it on the X collection. I have it on my Wii. I have it on my Wii U. If it came for the 3DS, I would probably buy it there too. So.
If Nintendo would get on with getting those Super Nintendo games on the VC, then
I'll probably get there too. So it's just and I've completed on all the consoles where it's been released on.
I see. This guy's not going to release any energy, so. Oh well. I'll beat Storm Eagle legit.
Because you don't quit. You're too legit to quit. It becomes even more of a bigger joke with this weakness.
Sorry if I keep hitting my mic and it annoys you.
No, it's okay.
It annoys me. Stop doing it.
I just tend to keep forgetting where my mic is, and then when I put my legs up, all of a sudden I hit it. I'm like, oh,
Got
shit.
it. Mm-hmm.
See, what else can we talk about this game specifically?
A lot of things that I can't respond because I never really played it.
You can always ask. You can ask a question about this.
Of course. You can ask any question about it. That if you want to learn, if you want to get some knowledge on this game, then you can ask us questions. All you want to, man.
Well, the main thing is, who's the first stage do you recommend dealing with?
What? When you go to the Mavericks that you fight, Chill Penguin.
Because how does his ability work well?
No.
Because like again, the only thing I know about Mega Man from what I've heard from people was that, you know, each one of their weapons have a weakness to one of their bosses.
Oh wait a minute, I know what it is.
I was like, why? You know, Splash Ray is better for this fight too.
Splash Ray.
Stingray.
Oh, right. Sorry, it's just I haven't fought against Rang to Bangda so long that my knowledge in trying to beat some of these bosses is kind of a little bit rusty.
I played like a couple hours ago just to make sure I had everything fresh in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I could complain it if I wasn't in the call, so I could complain in the chat that you're failing.
Well, you can't, because I will beat the game with no game over.
Yeah, you haven't got game over, but you have died a couple times.
Oh yeah, speak for yourself.
I'm speaking for myself. I rarely die. If I die, it's usually because of my own stupidity, which is also rare because I'm... And then, of course, also that one boss in Long's Octopus stage that mostly screwed my non-death run.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know this is going to be...
That one I can't blame you for, because that one also gets me a whole lot of times.
Okay. I know this is going to be really hard to try and say in voice in a sense, but you know all the different the different little circles you find in Mega Man that you pick up? What is the difference? Because when I did play Mega Man 2, I kept running over a bunch of circles that I just couldn't pick up. And I didn't understand the difference between what is health and what is something else.
Usually.
Wow. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop firing, is he?
This has never happened to me.
That's unfair.
That is unfair.
Yeah, you think you need to stun him out of it. You need Spark Shot for this.
Yes, I think so.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Well, usually if it's yellow, it's for his own energy. If it's blue, it's for his weapon energy.
That one part when I was fighting him like that, it totally reminded me of the Street Fighter Flash collab or whatever with the, when Ryu's shooting his fireballs at Blanca, but Blanca always keeps ducking. It just totally reminded me of that. Oh man, that's so funny. Oh. So this is the exploit you were talking about, Alex, with him going back and forth.
But if you do it in a more well-timed manner, you can actually make it so he doesn't attack at all. He will stun, and then immediately when he gets out of his invincibility, he will hit it again, and then just keep doing that. But yeah, it's more or less in that way.
Oh, Vic's in here. Yeah.
Oh, RBV Vic. Oh, hi Vic.
Where? No,
in the chat.
I'm not seeing it. The chat isn't working for me.
I check the viewer lists every couple minutes. It's still slow on updating at times, but It's the best
You
way to
get it
work.
between like 2 and 3 all the time, and I'm one of them because I'm just savage. Like I see the chat.
Yeah, I have the pop-out chat.
Oh.
Oh.
Here, we'll just have to go the traditional route with Spark Mandrill, I suppose.
Freeze tag.
Yep. Freeze tag it is. All the way, baby.
It's like every time he breaks for the eyes, he's like, stop doing this.
Shut up.
Actually,
That's all what X says.
There is. Didn't the completionist make a joke about that?
I can't remember. It's been a while since. Well, I know he released his remastered episode of Mega Man X, start of season 4, but
he made that joke about that exploit.
Mm-hmm. Here. Okay, so... And here comes Octopussy again, and I actually need the rolling shield. Is this the last one, or no?
No, there's one more.
I thought so. And I think that is Flame
Yes.
Mammoth. Is that correct? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
It'll be easy. But I will rip off his trunk, you know, just for giggles, with the Boomer Cruanger or the Boomerang Cutter.
Then you can ask him what he's going to do with all that trunk.
Guess no one was gonna finish it.
Oh, get out!
Oh,
Hey, you can't
God, I
do that.
haven't
You can't take my energy. You can't take my
I
energy
haven't
away.
seen that attack
Tripping?
forever.
Uh huh.
Because that one makes me so paranoid every time it jumps over me.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep on trucking here. Oh, this is where you would need to use Steam Chameleon's ability to actually get the extra life. I'm not even gonna bother.
Okay, why is that? Because now I want to ask. Because I don't know. I've watched, but some of the abilities like go so fast that I tend to not understand what each one does.
Okay, I can give you a rundown. Shotgun Ice is basically it's a cluster, but when it hits, it spreads in 5 ways.
Yeah, it's like the spread gun. It's sort of like the spread gun in Contra or something like that.
You could say, but it started as a cluster and then it spreads.
Aha! There he is.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up.
He looks like a pig than an elephant without that trunk.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember the names of every weapon so I can tell you them. Chameleon's thing has, and all of them also has a secondary effect when you have the charged super upgraded box X-Buster. So with the Shotgun Ice, you saw when he used that summon Shield Penguin to slide on him. That's another effect.
Yeah.
You
Okay. Here's the
homing
third sig.
missile or whatever the hell they were.
Homing
torpedoes.
Homing torpedo.
Oh, homing, yeah. Basically what you think they're doing. And if you charge up that one, you get 4 homing torpedoes. The rolling cutter is kind of unique in its way. That is, if it doesn't hit, you gain the energy back, and it also can grab items outside your reach, like what Kyle did earlier in the playthrough when he grabbed one of the sub-tanks. Then we have the rolling shield. It doesn't do really anything special, unless you charge it up, which gives you a shield as I described during the Boomer Quanger stage. Next up is Storm Eagle's weapon, or I like to call the Tornado Rape. Sorry about that, but its attack is devastating in that it will hit multiple times. And it's short version is just a stationary one. That's instead of going vertically, it's going instead of going horizontal, it's vertical.
Mm-hmm. Well, here we are at the final boss.
Nice cape.
Yep.
What is a man?
What is a man? What is a Reploid?
He knows how to deal with betrayers. You betray the Maverick Hunters, Sigma, so I think it's an oxymoron that you say betrayers when you are actually the main betrayer here.
Talk about hypocrite.
Oh. Yep.
Shotgun eyes.
I'm not gonna... Yep, I'm gonna have to use shotgun ice on this pitiful pooch.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. I managed to get him one time with the Hadoken.
I did it one time too, but it's... I still got hit, but I managed to launch it off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Finally. Got the bitch down, the robotic bitch. Excellent job, X. I see why Zero counted on you. You are almost as good as a hunter as I was.
Good job, X. You beat my dog. It's not like the other Mavericks could have actually beaten your dog. It's not that it's that powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Soya.
Come on. There we go. I am gonna Hadoken.
It's like the only good song.
Gotcha!
That was fast.
Yeah, otherwise you're using Spark.
Yep. Now it's time to use the rolling shield all the way for this final boss fight.
There are only 2 ways to damage him.
Oh, hello. Hello there. I didn't realize you were in the background the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only 2 ways to damaging this boss. Rolling shield or a fully charged level 4 Buster Shot. And since the rolling shield is... You don't have to charge up, it's the easiest way. Now, this was the boss that was my bane. When I was a kid. This was one that made me rage quit so hard I sold the game.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Because multiple times I was so close to beating him and I died, and even with full sub tanks and all that, I just couldn't.
Yeah, it was about the same for me too, because I was blind, or I didn't even know what to do at the time. I just really didn't pay attention to the weaknesses that you had to use to defeat the bosses.
Same.
I was just getting too excited and just too into the game.
I was also mostly like first time I played it, I was so happy, like, oh yeah, I beat Sigma. Then this comes up and I had barely any health left, and I was so like distraught. I couldn't beat him because I was like, yeah, and then there's like another form, and I was like, no, and I don't have any extra energy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so angry.
Oh, come on, really?
Isn't a neat trick if you know that you actually don't have to wait for those to actually go on. If you can time it well, you can kick off from when the claws are more closer to the body. But it's also a bit of a risk because you can get damage from the claws on the side.
Of course. Uh-huh.
And also, if you time it well, you could jump to and shoot, and then jump back to the claw.
Well, not anymore. He's defeated.
That was Mega Man X.
Yes, first Mega Man X. No! It's not possible! I'm a Reploid! I can't be destroyed by you!
It's not possible.
Why, X? Why have you done this to us?
Okay.
Without the humans, my Reploid brothers could have ushered in a new age. Yeah, right, you would bring an age of destruction with your stature, Sigma, so that's why you have to go bye-bye for now. So yes, that is Mega Man X.
Hello, Jeremy 2D.
Hello.
He just said hello, so I just said hello to him.
Hello. The war has ended for now, and peace has been restored. But those who sacrifice themselves for the victory will never
Sounds
return. AK
sounds
like the one who...
No, you sound more like Shatner.
Exhausted, X gazes at the destruction he helped cause and wonders why he chose to fight. Was there another way? Standing on the cliff, the answers seem to escape him. He only knows that he'll fight the Mavericks again before he finds his answer. You know, it's like when you play through this game, you know, without knowing from the instruction manuals or whatever, you don't even know, you don't even learn the name Reploid or Maverick until the end of the game when you finally defeat the final boss.
I know. It's
like they're keeping you in that suspense, and they're like, and that's when you learn about their race and the term for when they go rogue. It's like, really? That's what they were called? It's like, wow, that sounds awesome. So, Shane, what did you think of Mega Man X?
That is awesome. That game is still awesome, yet there's no way I'll be able to complete it as easily as you did. I'm just like watching you, and I'm like, oh, look at you. You're killing this boss and that boss left and right. Oh, you're already at the end of the game. I had no idea. If I try to play the game, I probably would use almost 13 continues on the first boss.
Well, it's like you said when we talked about Dark Souls. It's just about, you know, paying attention. In some ways, paying attention.
I know. I probably over time, if I spent more time with it, I probably would be able to. I mean, I started Dark Souls back in April, and it took me a while. Like, I think I had 88 total hours before I finished the game first time, and now I can finish it within 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Apparently, we get a lot of buffering. According to Jeremy, he's getting a lot. I'm not sure if it's internet or.
It's probably because of his internet, because I'm running it at like 3,000 kilobytes per second for the stream.
Because I've noticed I sometimes also get buffering when I'm just quickly shoot a glance at the stream. It's been fine for some other people, so I think it depends on the internet and what they're doing at the time. For me, it's probably
it usually
because I'm on Skype at the same time, so.
Well, that's why I have that secondary feature to where you can actually watch from the screen share that I did.
Even though that's more like I'm watching a 15 FPS going on. 15.
Well, of course. But at least you'll still see it regardless. No, there's that bastard vial.
We barely saw in the game.
Yep. And you, as Mega Man X. Yep. And you as Mega Man X.
Congratulations. You beat the first one. 2 more to go, Joe.
Yes. Yes. So, now we got ourselves a nice credit screen, which we only saw, which we only saw in the SNES trilogy was a credit screen for a Mega Man X game, while every other game just gives a roll call of the characters, or in the enemies and the bosses you fight, play, or destroy, pretty much. Tatsunoko.
I wonder if that's a major foreshadowing for what happened later on in the years.
Yeah. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Ultimate All-Stars.
It was an okay fighting game.
I never actually got to play it.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I feel bad because a lot of the fighting games I play are very standard. Soul Calibur 2, Bloody Roar.
I play semi-obscure ones mostly. I play mostly Blaze Blue.
Oh, my friend got me Blaze Blue on the PC, and it's so much fun.
I did not even see Inafune in the credits. He would call himself Enaf King or whatever.
The PC, like, the thing is, the PC doesn't have online play. That's the major issue with it. Although I'm not much online player myself, but I'm like the only one in of people I know that plays BlazBlue.
Who do you like to play as?
Usually Bang, Ragnar, Jin sometimes.
Cliffhanger! You have won a temporary victory, X. What you destroyed was only a temporary body. My spirit remains intact.
And Makoto, but you don't meet her until Continuum Shift.
In time, I will find other bodies strong enough to do my bidding, and I will return. I shall see you soon, X. Very soon. So I guess we get the glimpse that Sigma is not who he seems to be when we just look at him from just a normal body.
It was actually almost fortunate that he already were heavily corrupted actually by the virus.
Well, even though they didn't really give even though in the earlier games they didn't give any indication that he was corrupted that he was actually a virus in disguise. That was until the next game at the final boss.
I know, but it's just that since he still said, I mean, he's still there, so he said himself his spirit is still ongoing. So
I suppose. Anyway, guys, that is it with Mega Man X. So next up is Mega Man X2, and we're going to be taking a quick break, about maybe 10-15 minutes, and then we're going to come right back, and then we're going to start up the next game. So anyway, stay tuned, and we will get started very, very shortly.
Boo!
So, Shane, will you be interested in wanting to join for the next game, or no?
For the second one? Yeah. Like I said, I'm not doing anything, so...
Okay. Alright, well... Alright, guys, we'll be right back, and stay glued.